says it was doctored.
Yeah, that was
I don't know.
I don't think you can fake the video that is out there of him. But he's doing the Shaggy, wasn't me? You know what?
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Wasn't
like
me.
it's like this is a 4K video of you talking, and
You caught me red-handed.
Wasn't me? Wasn't
Yeah, that's a good album. I'm gonna have to watch. I'm gonna have to listen to Shaggy.
Oh, we can talk the Shaggy album. We should go back and listen to that.
Oh yeah, Shaggy album. I got it, motherfucker.
You know what?
Yeah.
If you don't mind me doing an invitation, what about a Popcorn and Pints album review on your show? A pre-recorded review of that.
We can talk about that.
That'd be fun.
Oh, live, guys.
Cool. So, okay. I think we should probably just start with the elephant in the room, which is the 2 hour and 40 whatever minute.
Aaron's got to do the intro.
Really quick, Ibrahim.
Ibrahim's getting ahead of
Just
himself.
gotta jump into it, man.
So what happens when you're not here every week?
But let's go. I got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Saturday night. Welcome back to another edition of Popcorn and Pints. We are so happy to be here for you. Tonight, we're reviewing a couple movies. We got the assassination of Jesse James going on, and we got Big Daddy. Can't wait to hear everybody's take on it. I'm excited for this one. Sturdy, what's up?
I'm fucking excited. I can't wait to, again, like you said, I can't wait to hear what everybody has to say. I know there's going to be some back and forth, some funny verbiage, and all kinds of craziness. You're going to get it here tonight. As soon as we shut the fuck up, we're going to start talking again. And we're going to shut the fuck up right now so we can start talking again as a group, as a whole, as a unit. Just stay put. That was beautiful.
That was well done.
As pointed out to me on Twitter today, as I was posting from the P&P Twitter account, a combination you would never expect. And you wouldn't.
Not at all. Very different films.
It's funny you say that because I said that same thing to my wife earlier. I was like, we have a very interesting combination of films.
We gotta try and make a connection at the end of this. We've gotten bad about not.
Yeah, I forget about it.
They're both fathers.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Maybe not the best fathers.
Was this
They both have father issues.
Was this? Yeah, and they're white. Oh, so
okay.
Yeah, there's a reason why I put this on the white wheel. Why I put Jesse James on the white wheel.
Was this from the white wheel?
Yeah.
I thought it was from the OG wheel.
No, it was Cheese and Crackers.
Cheese and Crackers?
Yeah,
okay.
It's from the white wheel.
The wheel was last week.
Yeah.
But
so yeah.
So
it's a very white movie for a number of reasons. Not even just the fact that everyone's actually white.
Wait,
but it's
Jesse
like
James?
Jesse James. It's actually a white people kind of thing. If you think about
it's the Wild Wild West.
No. Well, okay, so first off, and they do a good job of this. From the jump, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, Jesse James, this guy who people idolize, was a dyed-in-the-wool fucking Confederate. Died in the fucking wool Confederate, straight up. And to the day he died, he was for the cause. Mm-hmm. Okay,
wow.
Very white people shit. And so what does he do? Well, the Confederacy lost, so I'm gonna be mad. I'm just gonna rob people.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna rob people. Me and my friends, we're gonna rob people. I'm not gonna get a job. I'm not gonna work. I'm not gonna actually the guy's basically a gangster. He just goes around robbing people. And if anyone gets out of line, this movie's basically about. So you got Jesse James, who's this kind of legendary guy, and then Robert Ford, who is basically his biggest stan in the world, who has this really creepy relationship with him, who meets him.
He wants to be him.
Yeah,
I sent a text out to the group chat as I was watching this. I'm like, this is a Western version of Single White Female.
It's very much what's interesting too. What I really like about the movie, because what I feel like it's kind of about thematically is so this is a really early version of the celebrity culture in America, or maybe even in the world. Jesse James is a humongous celebrity.
Yep.
And all these people have heard about him, and Robert Ford is just one of the biggest stans of him in the world, who gets a chance to meet him, and he's idolized him all his life, and he's made up, but he's fucking weird. Robert Ford's a weird guy. He's really super weird, like most weirdo stan, fans are. And so then he has all these ideas in his head. It's oh, we're so alike. We're the same height. We're both the youngest in our family.
He was talking about sibling's name having the same number of letters.
Yeah, deep. He went deep. Yeah.
That's when you're a fucking psycho. That's when you've gone full blown psycho.
See, but now with that whole part, and I remember us mentioning it in the trailer, making a joke about. I was like, is he trying to fuck him? all this stuff.
Yeah, dude, the trailer made it look a little Brokeback Mountain-y.
Yeah. And again, nothing wrong with that, people.
No. I don't mean that in a negative.
I have stick something in you, you stick something in, that's your own business. We don't care. But
Put it wherever you want to put it.
in your own business, though, not around here. Not around me is what I mean. Like that, I don't want that.
Lord.
But no, it did seem like that at certain points because I'm like, it's a weird obsession. It's a weird obsession to where, like, you know, the height, the weight, like, hey man, I wash my balls with this kind of soap too.
Yeah, basically.
It's all the same. Like that's just
We both fucked 3 girls.
Yeah.
I fucked 3 girls. You know,
They're-
like,
Yeah.
They are super Eskimo brothers.
yeah.
but like it's really it's really the, like, you know, the stuff that we live in now, like people that have these weird parasocial relationships with famous people. Like he wants to befriend him and then be a part of his life because he thinks that fame, you know, people believe in fame. They believe fame is going to give them something that they can't, that it's not really what they think it actually is once you get it. Like he just believes that if I get close to him, he's going to like me. I'll be famous like him, and that's going to make my life better.
It's fascinating because, obviously it's creepy how into him he is, but I never even thought of connecting it to today's celebrity culture and people chasing celebrities. But that is a perfect fucking analogy.
It is.
Yeah.
It really. I mean, today is with social media. It's like perfect. Oh shit. Fucking so and so did this. Now I got to do this. So and so did that. Now I got to. It's like, no, why? Just do what you usually do, or do what you think is cool. Like stop. It's not bad to look up to people or be inspired by people, but at the same time, you don't have to think like everything they do is the coolest shit in the world, and you have to do it because so and so is doing it. Even though your friend was telling you you should start doing this 3 years ago, but no, it was corny then. But because you seen so and so on Instagram with 10 million followers do it, now I got to. No, fuck that.
I mean, the crazy thing about the world is, like, there's a lot of Robert Fords actually in this world.
Oh, yeah.
There's more of them
Oh, yeah.
now. Like creepy, kind of weird people that they have these relationships with famous people. And because there's more famous people, or like slightly famous, right? Because, like you said, if you have 10 million followers on social media, 10, 20, 30 million, you're a famous person on a certain level. And with that, you attract these type of people
Psychos.
who, like, have these type of thoughts or feelings about you.
Jake is a great example. I mean, I know it's a little different. The guy wasn't trying to he wanted to be around him. This dude was supposedly making $100,000 a year, fucking idiot, and quit his job and flew to Jake Paul's last fight or whatever, snuck in the back and was like, I just quit my job because I want to work for you. And the guy was like, what can you do for me? And he was like, what do you know how to do? He was like, well, nothing. I want to learn from you. Like, so how the fuck are you gonna work for somebody, like be somebody's assistant or whatever, but you bring nothing to the table? Like, I want to work, but that's just with that whole.
That's insane.
About the fame of, oh shit, I can be around this guy and just boom, and I'm like,
What the fuck?
yeah.
Isn't that
that's
isn't
straight
that
up
like
crazy.
what the fucking show Entourage was about? Like you have one guy that's famous and like the people living off him.
But they didn't necessarily.
got to
I don't
see
know if they necessarily want to. Yeah, yes and no, because they grew up together, I believe. But yes and no. I don't think they really wanted to be him. It's just like this.
They're just milking off him as a friendship, like he buys him shit.
You gotta think about it though. If one of your closest friends was super rich, and they're like, "Yo, let's go chill. Let's go do." Okay, let's go. Fuck it.
I guess.
Here's some bread. And there is no guess about it. Yo, here's $5 million. Take care of me. All right, peace. I had to work, but fuck, I quit, nigga. This is $5 million. You ain't
If I was the rich one, you guys someone has to earn it.
wow.
You're doing something.
Oh yeah, I'm making you do desperate stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. You see how white people are?
Yeah.
Slavery wasn't enough.
They
Those 3 years of labor, I think we earned it already.
Hey, I would distribute my punishments evenly amongst all races.
Let's start with the whites.
All races.
Hey,
all genders.
James might get it the worst.
Right, he should.
Yeah.
He'll probably like it though. He probably likes being spanked and whipped. That's
No,
don't
no
tell us.
comment. No comment.
No, we're not going down that path.
I mean, who doesn't?
Oh man. But like,
By the way,
you want to do? Oh, are we doing drinks?
yeah, I am. First of all, I'm using my Surge 30 thermos. #
Nice.
merch. But
merch it up.
it's strawberry soda mixed with orange vodka. And really quick, Chris, we were talking about it yesterday, but you brought it up. The Pearl Street. What the hell is that word I'm looking for?
I'm so drunk I don't know.
It was today, earlier today. I was just at it.
Perlapalooza.
There.
Oh yeah,
But
Purpalooza.
it was small. It was nice though, but we ended up getting a bottle of that. It was from Fort Orange Brewing, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, Fort Orange Brewing. It was orange vodka.
Nice.
Yeah, it was the orange vodka, orange flavor, which was amazing. And then my wife got like some vodka. It was like a vodka seltzer mix from there,
Yep.
Okay.
from Fort Orange Brewing. So yeah,
I don't.
Shit.
Interesting. Speaking of that,
some good shit.
Fort Orange Brewing Oktoberfest.
Nice.
So like once like all the fucking Oktoberfest start coming out in like July, which is ridiculous. I remember going to dinner with a buddy of mine for his birthday on like July 28th. I asked for a summer ale. They're like, we just topped the Oktoberfest. I'm like, what the fuck? It's July.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I refuse to drink like fall stuff, fall beers and stuff until like at least September 1st. But then I go all out on them to the point where I drink so much I get sick of them until the next year, which is my goal today.
Nice.
As I'm drinking probably beer number 10 today.
Good. I'm drinking. It's called Hoppin' Nomad IPA Session Ale.
Wow, James drinking an actual beer,
Ghost ale.
Yeah, I switched it up.
not a hard seltzer.
Nope, switched it up this time.
Anybody
Yeah.
that's watching, do a little hashtag PNP
Live
with PNP.
BNP.
You can take the PNP how you want it. It could be piss. It could be popcorn and pine.
Someone might click on it and bring them to our
Why,
show.
man? Why? You couldn't just leave it as it was.
No, because somebody was gonna
Gotta
say.
get it out of the way.
I feel like I had to do it. I wouldn't be me if I didn't do it, Chris. Let me be me. Let me be me. Light skins. What are you two drinking?
H2O.
I got H2O. I'm a light skinned black guy. So.
91 unleaded from Stewart's.
Oh,
That's a Latin lie.
that's a Latin lie. What the fuck?
He's drinking agony.
Straight up life elixir.
Anybody ever had 151?
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
I have a story about that.
In college, like my friends, we would drink that shit. They actually had to stop selling it. They discontinued it because it was like it had actual, what was that thing it had on it? It had a fireproof like cap on it.
Yeah,
Which of course we would immediately take it off. And then chug that shit.
I got a quick story about that. So I was in a bowling league. It was my birthday. So after the bowling, we're drinking there, but then we ended up going to a bar. And my friend's girlfriend at the time went and asked, they used to hide it under the counter. It was 151, the bartender. And she was like, I want 8 151s with some kind of beer you get with it. And we dropped it in. So she said, come on, everybody to the bar. We're like 8 people. Everybody backed out. They're like, I'm not drinking that shit. So I had to split it with her. We both did the 4 shots and said, fuck the beers with it. We'll drink them afterwards. Because the people took the beer, but we had to do the shots. Yeah. So I did 4 and she did 4.
And then your day was done.
Right, yeah.
His day, his next day.
Yeah. I have a similar 151 story. Like we drank 151 before we went bowling. But we were drinking it. It was like me and like 3 other people. Me, my friend, and like 2 other people in a van in the parking lot. And then
that's how you know it's a good story.
Yeah.
And then the fucking rent-a-cops came. This was all bad. The rent-a-cops came, right? And these fucking cops, dude, these fucking rent-a-cops at the bowling alley were like, they had some fucking balls on them. We should have beat their ass. But they literally opened the fucking door, took the booze, and then when he was standing behind the car so we couldn't back out and leave, and then he fucking called the cops. And so instead of like, we should have just honestly fucking gassed it and left, my friend got a DUI for that. The cops came and they gave my friend a fucking DUI and he had to plead it down. Some fucking bullshit. He got a fucking DUI for sitting in a parking lot and drinking.
That sounds right.
Think about how much of fucking bullshit that was.
That's crazy.
But and of course too, like they, these fucking the cops, dude. They got there, right? It was just one cop, and he's interrogating people. And of course, when you've got like underage people,
Oh,
and they're fucking scared. And like the other thing too is like we hung out with a bunch of nerds, like people that are actually smart and who actually like they were going somewhere in their life. Like me and my friend were kind of like fuck up.
Unlike the others.
Like
The Big Bang Theory.
the school we went to, like they have like some of the departments were some of the best departments in the country, and so one of them he was like a bio major. Or something like that. No, a chemistry major. And like those people, they have a straight pipeline right to big firms. But if you fuck up, like you can fuck that up. And so, they're two like an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old. And the cop's like, how fucking old are you? Tell me how fucking old you are. Did you drink? And shit. And like the two of them, they're like, and of course they're also Asian, right? And so they're fucking hella scared and shit. That was kind of the funny part. They're seeing this fucking fat piece of shit cop like interrogating these people. And it's like, okay, so what, we drank. Fuck you, you asshole. Like, we're going bowling. Who gives a shit? It's not like we were drinking and driving.
Yeah.
And you just scared the shit out of everybody. And then my friend, they made him walk in the line. And of course, he'd been drinking 151 in this fucking car. And was smacked. Dude, he took like 2 steps. He was like, and it was like, it was a wrap.
You're not walking.
He tried, dude. He really tried hard. Like he was like, because like that drunk, like kind of like you try to get out of the fog. Like he tried to get out, he just couldn't get out.
It never works.
Sobering up real fast.
It never works. You guys really tried this fucking podcast when I got tore up drinking 100 proof because of fucking that horrible Batman movie.
Yeah.
Oh, when we thought you died.
Yeah. And the other thing, I forgot what we were reviewing the following time, but I was like stuck. Wasn't as bad, but still.
So, early rate-ins on Jesse James before we delve into deeper.
I'll go. I'm going to give it a 7. I didn't mind it. It was long, but I'm kind of into these type of movies. I wish there was more shootouts, but there was some cool scenes like how he worked. Like they really deep dive like how he really acted. That's if Bob Ford told the truth about the shit, and like whoever knows him told the story right. But he seemed like he was going. Jesse James had some slight mental problems. Like he was fighting himself, like the nice and the dick. But I enjoyed it. This did not bother me at all. I liked the whole thing all the way through. So,
dude, I'm right with you on that one. I would give it a 7 too. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes. It didn't really feel like it, even though I broke it up in between doing other stuff. But the acting in this was phenomenal. Like just their little ticks. And first off, watching Brad Pitt in this, I felt intimidated just fucking sitting in my living room. The way he stares at people, the way he acts, and shit like that.
Scary.
It was
you don't know what he's gonna
scary.
Do.
Yeah. He was unpredictable this entire movie. Like it ends with him dying, but still, you're watching him in these scenes. It's like, what the fuck is he gonna do? And then kudos to Casey Affleck for all the little twitches when he was nervous, and I thought that was really solid acting, just with all the characters all the way through.
Is that how he acts in everything, though?
I don't know.
He has that same demeanor, like how. But
there's not really that much action in this movie.
No.
There's a few scenes, and it's definitely more story driven, and it still went by at a fairly good pace. I really enjoyed it.
Same here.
It was interesting.
I agree with everything you just said, Chris. And then as far as not being, I was kind of hoping that there was a little bit more action in it, but at the same time, like you're saying, it was very story driven. The story was told very well, and there was a lot it was kind of a slow burn to an extent, but at the same time, there was a lot of important parts or conversations or just something that happened every so often throughout this movie to where, just because you're expecting to be action, when the action wasn't going on, it didn't bother you because there was something really good going on with the story and the scenery and just everything going on because you're hearing and you're just like, oh shit, this is good.
Yeah, even when there wasn't action, I'm watching just fucking Brad Pitt be Jesse James intimidate. Like he commanded every room, every scene that he was in, and intimidated everyone in that scene.
Oh hell yeah, he had to.
And that was entertaining enough.
He had to. But with that all being said, I'm gonna give this movie an 8. This movie was definitely an 8 for me. It was a really good film, and like you both said, it didn't feel like 2 hours and 40 minutes. To me, it honestly felt like we were shorted almost. Like this could have been another half hour, maybe even another hour. Crazy as that is to say, just to tell a little bit more, or just to show a little more, tell a little more, whatever. And I'd have been fine with that. But yeah, this movie's an 8 for me.
I'm right there, 8 as well. I love the story. Some things aren't, from what my recollect is factual to some of the history shit for real. But other than that, everything about this movie is what a movie should be and what people should go see, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So for me, this is it's like a 9.5. I wouldn't give it a 10, but it's like very close. Like on my list of favorite films, it's number 100.
Oh,
I'm in my top 100.
Oh, wow.
What's really interesting about this film? So there was a lot. It was talked about a fair amount when it came out, and when I saw it, the thing that really caught my mind was like I felt like I'd never really seen a film at that point that had cinematography like that. Like it just really stood out. Before I really understood like what cinematography is or what a cinematographer does, like this was a film that was like, okay, I don't know. I've seen a lot of films, but this film looks different. It feels different, and it's something special. I mean, I don't know if people know, but like the reason why like the cinematographer, this is Roger Deakins, who's like a very, very famous cinematographer. He's probably one of the most well-regarded in the world working today, and he's probably one of the best ever, like literally ever of all time. He has like, I don't know, like 7 Academy Award nominations, something like that, some ridiculous number. But yeah, he's super talented, and there's a bunch of stuff that he does in this film that's like he created like, so in some of these shots, you know how like the periphery of the lens is kind of like I don't know, it's like distorted. Like he created this thing called the deaconizer to create that effect for this film, so that it could feel like it was something that was shot at the time, because the lenses and the cameras they have were like really weird and wacky. So yeah, this is like a 9.5 out of 10 for me.
What's up, Joe?
Joe, what's going on, man?
Hi, Mom. Say hi, Mom, everybody. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
So you can take that as she's talking to me, like I wrote it, or she can say, "Yo, your mother."
She is now the mother of Popcorn and Pints.
She's the Popcorn and Pints mom. Aaron, you mentioned this movie could have been like a half hour longer. It just looking up the background on this is legitimately, they made like 20 different versions of this movie to show the studio and like get the okay with. And this is what the studio wanted to go with, basically.
Oh man!
So there were longer versions of this. Whether or not we'll ever see them.
Yeah, I think the studio wanted a shorter version. They tried a shorter version, but their version was shit.
Yeah, because you have to put more information to make it make sense.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing about this movie is it's kind of an educational piece. It's not so much action driven. We talked about story. Like even the descendants, from what I could read of all the films made about Jesse James, his descendants have claimed this is the most accurate. So
That's
I don't know what parts may not be accurate, or the James descendants may or may not know, but the descendants, current descendants, which there are some out there, are saying this is the most accurate.
That's awesome.
Does this consider as like a biopic type thing?
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
I would think a biopic.
Because that's what the first thing.
That's
the first thing I thought. It's kind of like they took a biopic, I don't know. I can't explain it.
It's generally pretty accurate to like what happened in terms of the course of events of the assassination. From what we know, how the assassination happened and what happened to Robert Ford.
It's only one part of his life too. It was like that one train. It was like the end of his life. That's it.
That's it.
So all the stories before that must have been like wild. They can make movies like every story.
Yeah.
Every robbery.
Yeah.
That's another fascinating aspect. It is literally just about the end of his life. It's not about his life.
Yeah.
Like they touch on, of course, a couple things, but that's it.
That's
and
true.
this movie, as soon as this movie was over, I Googled his like pictures that they were talking about the end.
Oh, the real
that
pictures
took
they
of
had
the
at
real
the end?
pictures, and they're fucking out there, man, and they're fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, it just goes back to the celebrity culture stuff. Like people paid to see this guy's dead fucking body. Like
Weird.
That's crazy. And then just on top of that, so Robert Ford kills this guy, and then he gets paid to reenact his murder of this guy.
Yeah, that's weird. The story, yeah, at the end, yeah.
That's kind of a mind fuck.
Isn't that insane? And so he became famous for killing a guy, and then he reaped the reward of that fame, but it was hollow. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you can't. I don't know if you could come up with a more American story than that. Like becoming famous, but the fame makes you hollow, and then you know
he ate away at his brother, and his brother killed us all.
Oh yeah, the stuff with the brother is like that's so brilliant because like he had that. So he's hanging out with Jesse James, right? And Jesse is like I don't know where he's at in his life.
Out of there, yeah.
Yeah, he's out of it, and then he has this conversation with him about, hey, have you ever contemplated suicide? He's like, oh no, you know, every time I do, I think of the other things I want to do in my life, and then I don't want to do it, and blah blah blah. And he fucking kills himself at the end of this movie.
Yep.
Because he felt like he found the one thing where he could not come back from,
Yep.
like being a part of this thing with his brother to kill a guy, and then because the thing about it is like what fucks people up is not you do the thing, you kill the person or whatever. It's like you kill them, and then there's all this weight of the world with the fame. And you just can't get away from it. You just can't get away from it. The only way to get away is kill yourself, or in Robert Ford's case, getting killed.
Robert Ford's one is an asshole.
Well, there's
He's
also
like
the
he's
aspect
the
of
group
loyalty
owner.
and being torn that comes into play as well.
The whole gang was loyal. You have this one asshole comes in, fucks up the whole group somehow.
That's usually what happens. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of complications because like Jesse James got very paranoid, and then there's that whole thing.
Trust nobody. Yeah.
What was that guy's name?
Was he wrong
Ed
though?
Miller? Probably not.
Ed
Miller, like the whole
yeah.
Ed Miller thing where he fucking kills Ed Miller, but he's really looking for that other guy. I forget the other guy's name.
Jim Cummings.
Jim Cummings. He never finds Jim Cummings. This dude just disappears. He's gone.
Yeah.
But it caused, and that's the thing too with Jesse James too, and you can almost argue that basically at the end Jesse was like, I'm over it. You can kill me, and I'm fine with Robert Ford killing me, which is why he did the thing.
He just let him do it. He's like, yeah.
He just let him do it. And it was just, he didn't know who was going to get him. It could have been either one of the two of them could have shot and killed him. But Robert Ford was the one to actually pull the trigger and just do it.
So one of the things I found about this movie, the original edit of the movie, as we were talking about, envisioned by Dominic, the producer, he envisioned it to be a dark, contemplative examination of fame and infamy. And that comes across slightly, but not to the extent that he was going for. It reached over 3 hours in runtime, which the studio just wasn't going to have, like we talked about. So it got edited, like we talked about, repeatedly. But that was the point. That was his goal, was to talk basically about fame and infamy and, the aspects of it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff. And, like, I feel like Brad Pitt is so good in this movie because, like,
dude, he was fucking awesome.
There are times where he's just, like, he's very cool. And then there's other times where he's like fucking scary.
Dude, that's one of the notes I wrote down. Just like Brad Pitt's just fucking cool.
When he goes to see Ed Miller and he's just wearing all black and it's just like, dude, this Ed Miller guy is dead. And it's just a question of when he gets killed. But, it's just and the guy couldn't get out of it. He couldn't get out of the fact that he was going to get killed by him. He just was stuck. And like he's all the guy Ed Miller guy, he's all ghoulish and he's really white and pale, and you can tell he's just like flustered and scared, but he can't do anything.
Well, everybody knows what he does to when he's going to kill someone. He goes, "Let's take a ride." Then he rides behind you. That's why he told the sheriff or the mayor, whoever it was, said to Bob,
"Don't let him get behind
you. Don't let him ride behind you."
Yeah,
because that's how he takes you out.
But he also he kind of fucks with people too, because
eventually, he fucks with you. He makes you think you're gonna die. To change his mind.
All black.
Yeah, I mean, Charlie, like when he was riding with Charlie, when they were trying to find somebody, he was riding behind him, and like dude's fucking spooked.
Oh yeah,
but he didn't kill him. He never killed him.
Yeah. No,
he never killed him. And then,
he was riding behind Dick Liddell when they were together.
Yeah,
the one scene too. And you could tell, like, Dick was a little nervous, and kept looking behind him.
Now, the character Little Diddle, what was this?
Little
Dick.
It's little, but it's with
L-I-D-D.
So it's little.
Is it just me, or for one, he's a sex addict, but he's also a molester, child molester. You see him with the little girl?
I kind of forgot some of the things that happened, but I was like, I really wish that fucker had died. I really did, because he's a fucking piece of shit. But yeah, he'll fuck anything that walks that's a woman.
Yeah,
he's a fucking piece of shit. He's an absolute fucking piece of shit.
I was like, they're not going to show a rape scene. He raping this little girl, is he? I'm like, come on, don't do this. And I'm glad they didn't. He was like just like tickling her, filling her up. Then he just went on to the next woman he sees.
Yeah.
I almost thought he was gonna get shot then and there because when Jesse James
Well,
window.
Hawkeye was trying to kill him.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know. I didn't
kill him.
Dude, I wrote down. I'm like, I didn't know Hawkeye rode with Jesse James.
Yeah.
He's a
Hawkeye,
cousin.
he took him out.
Hope you know I'm his cousin.
Quick question: what happened to Frank, the older brother? Why
The older
didn't he get
brother-
revenge? What happened to him? I don't
The older
remember
brother
him
just
saying anything.
bounced. The older
He
brother
bounced,
just
man.
bounced.
Like there was
But
the
they didn't
narrator.
hear. He didn't get word. Like
No,
his brother
the
was
narrator.
killed?
There was the scene when he was leaving. The narrator says he would read about Jesse James's assassination wherever he was going, and that was just kind of it.
damn, man.
I think he was like. See, the other thing too is like this is also kind of like a gangster movie
Yeah.
because like they're a gang, and you know it's all the stereotypical gang stuff. You know, this is just we're seeing this perspective after they've had all the money and all the breakdowns happen. And the older brother's just the guy who got out because he didn't want to really have he was like the guy who made things happen. He made sure everything was on time. And you know, you see at the beginning where he's like walked in because they're gonna rob this train, and he's all about the logistics.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about the other shit. So for a guy like that, like he doesn't want a part of the life anymore.
Yeah, he retired.
So we
He
just
said,
got
"I'm
it.
out."
Yeah, exactly. He wants to retire, which I think he went back to work in some type of a normal business or
I
something.
think he
like-
said selling shoes or something.
yeah.
Yeah,
He did. That's exactly what he said. Actually, he wants to go back to selling.
maybe
shit.
he'll sell shoes.
Because
You know what's
you're either like the way that shit ends is you either get caught and you go to jail, or you get killed,
Yeah.
or both.
Yeah, both.
True.
Both. Yes.
You know.
True.
One of the things I thought was funny as I was looking into like trivia and stuff at this movie, Brad Pitt apparently had it written in his contract they could not change the name of this film. So this long ass name, Brad Pitt
Wow.
loved and wanted.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
feel
a
he was all
novel.
in. Yes.
It's like a movie novel. It's a great story. They really the lighting in this thing, as far as those night scenes and everything, and on the tracks and shit, like on the train.
Dude,
it's
that was-
fucking dope, man.
That train when they're robbing that train towards the early part of the movie, that was fucking creepy when they're waiting in the woods and they have all their masks on. It reminded me of the movie The Strangers.
That was.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's like one of the coolest like
I like that.
well
Chris.
shot scenes ever. Like that when the train comes and he's standing there with the fucking lantern and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god,
It was-
it's
yep.
unbelievable. Unbelievable. That whole sequence is like fucking brilliant. Super
Yep.
brilliant.
And then I think you just mentioned it, Worst Damn Gamer, about this. The title, the long ass title, is like a novel. This movie kind of felt like a novel in a sense,
Mhm.
but like it was like reading a, just having the book kind of just played out in front of you instead of reading it, and it was done very fucking well. It was
Well,
done
yeah, and it's funny because you hear the title, I think, before you see the movie, and you're like, what a ridiculous title. It's ridiculously long. You watch the movie, you're like, you know what? That's fucking perfect.
Yeah. It
And,
summarizes
the
exactly
title
what's
is great. It matches the overall theme of the
Yeah.
movie.
I'm not even gonna lie, right? I trust Ibrahim's picks. About, I'll say 85 to 90%.
Yeah.
But he dropped the ball with a couple, in our opinion, with some movies. But this one, like, just from seeing a long ass title and seeing those 2 hours and 40 minutes, I was just like, fuck. But then when I actually watched it, I was like, oh shit, this is fucking good. Like, I got that vibe off the trailer. I think I gave the trailer maybe a 6 or a 7.
Yeah.
And then seeing the actual film, the film was better than the trailer because what they showed in the trailer was awesome, but they didn't give away too much. So yeah, this was I'm happy about this pick. I'm happy about this movie. So thank you, Ibrahim.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
And
Absolutely.
it's
One of my
funny
favorites.
because this movie, like, box office wise, it bombed.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
did.
because a lot of people are probably like, "Oh man, a western."
It went
These
in and
days?
out. It went in and out of the theater faster than you
What
probably
year-
could have seen it.
What year did this movie come out?
It was like 06, 07, I think.
Yeah,
So it was probably
2000,
like
yeah.
07.
2007.
2007. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was like late 2007, like around awards season.
And
a
it
big
was
awards movie.
honestly, it's based off a novel from 1983.
Nice.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
from what
I
could-
also like. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
Oh, from what I could find, Jeremy Renner actually was considered for the role of Robert Ford Ford, but was
Oh.
rejected because he was too old for that role.
Yeah, he had to be like 19,
Had to be
20
younger
looking.
than-
And Ryan Gosling auditioned, I found, as I was digging through old trivia
Right.
and stuff.
Isn't that your man crush, James?
No, not Ryan Gosling. Ryan Reynolds.
Ditto.
I'm going to tell you right now, my female celebrity crush is Zoe Deschanel.
Kate Beckinsale for me.
From New Girl and everything, she's hot.
Yeah, she's in
And
this movie.
Elf.
I'm not even gonna say who mine are because there's
I got to look up
Well,
her.
we know
divorce
J
scene, 'cause
Lo.
It wasn't in
Oh,
what I watched.
that's an obvious one, but there's way more than just James.
Golem.
Who?
Golem from Lord of the
Gollum from Lord of the
Gollum,
Rings.
yeah.
Oh,
You
no.
have a celebrity. You have a crush on Gollum.
Now Aaron does.
Absolutely not. No, he does not. I was thinking you were talk about the Pokemon Golem. You know what Geodude evolves into?
Oh. Wow.
Come on now, James.
All right, back to the movie.
I'm hearing Aaron wants to bang
So-
Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear.
So it's back to the movie. I want to say something real quick. I liked also how they showed the assassination of Jesse James.
Oh.
But I like how they showed how Robert Ford died too. I like how they showed how his life ended.
Yeah.
I thought the end was good. It's
I
because
thought,
a lot of people looked at Jesse James as like a type of Robin Hood.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
So
he was
I-
a folk hero.
I did not even
no one's
think of
going to
that.
come for revenge and take you out. It might take years, but there's that one person that loved Jesse James comes in and shoots you in the chest with a shotgun.
Yeah.
I did think that.
It's so crazy because like that's such a celebrity culture thing.
Yes.
You know, like it's such a celebrity culture thing that you're famous for doing this assassination, then you get assassinated by just some random guy,
Right.
some
Random
fucking
guy.
super random guy. Hey Bob, boom, you're dead.
That like Jesse James. Not as much
that
as you
they-
at the beginning.
That
But-
they eventually just
then
let
this guy
walk
gets
for it.
then this guy gets like he gets pardoned because 7,000 people wrote to the governor
Yep.
of the state.
That's how
and
much
said,
how many people love Jesse James.
the state of Colorado, and they said, please, like, let this guy go. Let
That's
him go.
insane.
That is insane. That
It is.
this isn't like some made up shit. In real life, by the way, Jesse James was like a criminal and
Yes.
Yeah.
a murderer, and like Robert Ford got paid to kill him. He got fucking like they paid him money. Oh, you killed him? Okay, here's some money.
Like the governor or the sheriff and everything.
Yeah, the governor. So like, in what happened in reality was that they do the killing, they get arrested. They were gonna then hang Robert Ford and his brother. They both got pardoned by the governor, and then they got paid, and then they told you on your way, and then they did the whole, doing the
Right.
play and shit, the 2-person play.
Right.
But like, he got paid to kill this person. So what he did was actually legal. It was a legal
Yeah,
thing. to
it was
do.
like basically like a bounty hunter.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so then some guy fucking just gets mad and kills him and gets pardoned. He gets fucking pardoned by the governor of Colorado. That is insane
Yeah.
for doing the
That's-
legal thing. He did a legal thing in
That-
killing Jesse James.
Pretty much what he was
I don't
hired
think
to do.
there's-
Let me just take him out, please.
I don't think there's any question. That's one of the most fascinating parts of the movie is what happens to Robert Ford afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah. Like when he's doing that play, and then some guy just like
Heckles him.
Fuck.
Heckler, yeah.
threw
Jump
some like
off the stage.
fruit at him.
Fucking-
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting him to jump off the stage like that. I was like,
So you want to try me? Try me.
Yeah.
Dude, like
Got a little brave. He
That
was
was
a
like
coward.
the biggest pair of balls he had in his life. Was when
Yeah,
that dude
right there because he
fucking-
was always a coward.
Yeah, it was.
It came out right there. I'm like, holy shit! You see this in fucking concerts.
Aaron made it a point, of course, to send us a message that there was a woman on the toilet in one scene.
There was.
Oh yeah. The wife of that really old guy can't hear.
Yeah.
Fucking Dick Little.
That Dick Little Baines in the
When
outhouse.
he said Liddle, Dick Little.
So
Also, got to point out that Nancy from Weeds was his wife, right?
He bought one.
Yeah.
Nancy
Nancy
bought one.
bought one.
Is that who that was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. There's a lot of people in this.
As soon
I
as
did recognize a lot of people, like Jeremy
Yeah.
Renner. I didn't know he was even in this. Honestly,
As
I
soon
put
as
the notes
I was
together.
hoping he had a bow and arrow because I would have died laughing.
So Dick Little, the actor playing Dick Little, was in the first 2 seasons of Parks and Recreation. I think.
Right?
If you've watched Parks and Recreation,
Yeah.
I think he was actually.
he
You're
is.
right. Yeah.
That's how I knew him as soon as I saw the
That's
face.
a good show. I need to watch
one
that
of
again.
these shows,
God, gas.
one of those, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What, no
So
likes
one of
Parks
my favorite
Oh,
scenes.
yeah.
So one of my favorite scenes of this is like when the 2 Ford brothers are with Jesse, and they're like plotting something, and then they're all talking.
Are you
on
going
Skype
into the
time.
insane laughter? Because that's what I was going to bring up.
Dude, and so then he gets up behind Robert Ford, and he fucking puts a knife at his throat.
Yeah,
man,
that
he's
was
just like-
crazy. That
was
Nuts.
and
That
then
was-
story into
and
that.
then he starts laughing like the Joker after he lets him go,
Yo,
and his
that's
fucking
crazy.
brother is crying, and it's like, whoa, this dude just like boom like that, and he's a fucking psycho.
I
And then
wrote that
he's like-
down as a note to bring up, like that scene in particular where Brad Pitt just puts the knife to his throat and then just insane laughter. I'm like, this is so fucking insane.
It was legitimately super scary. It was like so fucking frightening to see him just like flip on a dime like that.
That's his way of just telling people, "Don't fuck with me.
Don't fuck with me." Yeah,
Basically, like, yo, I don't give a fuck. I will slit your fucking throat right
No
here
problem."
in the house.
Yo, he was palm slapping that kid. That scene made me laugh.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "Where's your uncle? Where's your uncle?" Or so he was like palm slapping him in the rib cage or something. I was like, "God damn, fucking this kid up." Yo, if I see him coming, for one, back in the day, like no one cared about guns. Everybody had a gun.
Yeah.
You're afraid that for as soon as I see a gun, I'm like, he went that way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody cares.
I know, and how would he fucking know? But the problem is, then he would come back after you, and then you'd have to leave. And where are you gonna go, right?
Here's another thing. Back then, it must have fueled your anger because say you rolled like a day, you're like, "Where's your uncle?"
Yeah.
There's
And
like,
they
"I don't
tell
know.
you-
He's not here. He went to Montana." Motherfucker, make me ride to Montana.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I mean,
kill him.
In that scene, he literally took him to the woodshed.
Yeah, he did. Took him to the
He
woods.
literally took him
Beat
to
the
the
shit out
woodshed.
of him.
That's fucking funny. That's fucking funny. Now that you mention that, that's fucking funny.
He just
Real
slapped the
quick,
shit out of this
is
kid.
Jesse James or is it Billy the Kid? There's a conspiracy where he faked his death. Is it Jesse James or is it
I don't
some
think it's
other?
Jesse James. No.
I'm not
It's-
even.
Yeah, I
There
don't
was
think
somebody, a famous,
Might
like
have been.
kind of like Jesse James,
Are you
like Billy
thinking
the Kid or something.
Machiavelli?
No, it is.
No,
Jesse
it was a
James.
Western.
No,
Is it
Tupac's
Jesse
not dead.
James?
Yeah,
They said that's not really
they
his
think
body.
Yeah, they say that somehow he escaped one of the interactions that occurred, went under a different name, started a family somewhere else or something, and lived out his till his
That's
old
what, see,
day
that's what I heard. Yeah.
under the veil of the Confederate protection and shit like that. Because they say he was also supposedly there's a theory that the whole reason he was robbing was to help fund the Confederate War as well. So he was stealing from the trains en route and stuff like that.
Okay.
Whole,
I knew I heard
whole
something
different
like that.
theories, tons of them.
Yeah,
Tons
a
of
lot of theories. Yeah.
I love this guy.
Again, he's a huge folk hero. There's just all
Yeah,
kinds of
Jesse James is awesome.
crazy shit about him and his
I would
life.
like to see a documentary. Like, I would like to hear and see more.
Oh, they got him.
documentary.
They're out there.
Him. I'm gonna have to look it up on YouTube one day.
I think I watched a couple things with Jesse James.
It'd be cool to. It'd be cool just from this movie alone. It'd be cool to like hear his story, like the documentary of it. Hopefully, and I'm saying this, and I mean this. Hopefully, it's in black and white. But either way, I would love
See,
to see
that's
it.
what I liked about this movie more because it's only the end of his life. This is one train robbery leading to his death, where he was planning a bank robbery. That's it. There was no like, because how many? What his record is? Like he robbed how many trains? He killed 17 people.
25
Wow.
trains. Or was it
25 trains or something like that. So that is so much before when he first started. Like I'm curious how he first started, how he became a badass. So it makes you start thinking like, damn, this is only one story. Man, I want to know what happened before this shit.
No, because like he was very young, but like there are some stories where he was involved in the Civil War, where him and his brother like basically pretty much just like they killed some people. They were involved in some raids, but like we're talking like preamble stuff, where in Missouri was like it was a fucking battleground, and people were raiding people and killing people because basically everyone kind of knew the Civil War was coming, and so people were choosing sides and killing each other, and so him and his brother were involved in some murder of some Union soldiers where they put on masks and shit and start killing people. So that's kind of like, you can see how that starts it, where you like, you know, you start attacking the government, wearing masks and shit, and how you could go from that to like, okay, I'm going to rob this train, or I'm going to rob this bank, or I'm going to be involved in other stuff. So, yeah, I mean, he was a fucking outlaw from the jump.
Like, I don't even understand, because like his family wasn't that. Like his parents were farmers and workers, a pastor, So it's like they had money. They built the goddamn college. So like, did maybe some of his earnings from his bank robbery help fund that too? Like,
Yeah, right.
it's like, what the hell?
Where'd this money go? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's some interesting stuff.
It's a good movie, though.
But if the family had it and they had money like that, like, why did he need to start robbing banks and shit? You know what I mean? And start robbing trains. And so it's like, it's just weird. Just weird. He just wanted to rebel. Just something wrong with him. He just had to go.
Yeah, he just like, I think the other thing too, it's the classic kind of gangster story. Like you start getting that power, right? Because it's about more than just like having the money and having the status. And it's like, you just keep getting away with it. And you just like, he was the right person at the right time. And all these people are flocking to him. And so he can just like kind of divvy up what needs to happen. And it just makes it easy. Robbing banks was easy for him.
People
Robbing
from
trains
different
was easy.
states.
Yeah.
It's
they're
not just like
looking
the
for
same.
him.
Yeah, they think they're him. Yeah.
Like the Ford brothers came out looking for his ass. And he was like, okay, well, we're going to rob this bank, move this lumber onto this train track, and put on a fucking hood and jump on the fucking train and put a gun in someone's face and get some money. And then you give me the money.
I'm shocked Robert Ford didn't die way before this. Like, because they didn't trust him from the beginning. Like, Frank was like, you're creepy. Get the fuck away. I thought he should have shot him right there. You know what I'm saying?
That was such a great conversation where he's like, hey, I want to be your friend. And he's like,
fucking weirdo. Yeah. Creepy.
What did he say? He said, you give me the heebie-jeebies or something like that?
Yeah, you give me the heebie-jeebies. He's like, get the fuck out of here, basically. He was basically, get out of here. I'm gonna
and what's so crazy too is like, you know, at that time people were more mature earlier, but like you're a fucking 19-year-old kid and you seek out these fucking, you know, like gangsters, basically, people who doing robberies, and like he's a fucking idiot. He was a total idiot and a weirdo, and he just gets into this situation. And what's crazy is that he basically got everything that he thought he was going to get out of the situation. He got fame, he got status, he got money, but that wasn't enough, and that didn't satisfy him. And in the end, he's in his own saloon, and a dude walks in and blasts him with a fucking shotgun. And that's how it ends.
It got so bad that even after he got this fame and everything, where he wasn't getting fed, like everybody's like congratulating him every time he walked in a room, he started hunting down the families that Jesse James killed just to have them thank him.
Well, I mean, he talked about thinking of doing that.
Thinking of doing it. He didn't do it. I
don't think he really did.
He was thinking about it, but
well, that's how mentally messed up he is.
He wanted the gratitude because it wasn't what he thought he was going to get after he did it.
Fucking crazy. That's like mental illness back in the Westerns, man.
Well, I don't even know. Well, I mean, that specific aspect, I don't even know if that's mental illness. That was more him necessarily thinking, I think it's gonna. He didn't get what he thought he was gonna get. Like obviously, we've all done something and had an anticipated outcome. Yeah, and shit.
He had like an obsession.
He was trying to justify it.
It was like a huge. He was
trying to feel rectified in his justification of it.
Oh. I got like mental illness vibes.
I mean,
he definitely did, but he was aiming to be, feel acknowledged and justified in actions that he did because he thought he did kind of the right thing, and
he was looking for. I mean, he was looking for something. Jesse James, I think, was mentally disturbed. At least definitely. At least the way they play it out in this movie.
Well, they make it like he like had regret on some stuff, like he was fighting.
I don't know if it's that or like multiple personality disorder or something like that.
Because he cried after he beat the shit out of
the kid.
And they're like,
he's like, "What's wrong with me? What am I becoming? I'm so."
And the narrator even made it a point to talk about him trying to like overcompensate in kindness and being cool to people after he felt like he went off the rails or something like that. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much stuff because, like, he gives Robert Ford this gun, a brand new gun, made of nickel, and then Robert Ford shoots him in the fucking head with that gun that he gives.
Yo, by the way, I like the headshots. I like the kills.
Oh,
so dope.
The one scene that like kind of annoyed me, like, so Jeremy Renner comes to the house. Goes up into the bedroom. He has that shootout with Dick Liddell. They're literally 5 feet apart and can't fucking
miss
hit
5
each other.
times.
They're literally standing, pointing the gun at each other 5 feet apart.
That's how guns worked at the time.
No, okay, that's
like, they
fine.
were very inaccurate.
Hey, but then Casey Affleck is across the room and shoots the gun and gets
Perfect
a perfect
headshot,
fucking
yeah.
headshot.
Well, there's two. There's also when Jesse James assassinates Ed.
Yeah,
and he shoots him right in the chest, and then he gets it. Yes, but the scene with Dick Little was actually pretty accurate. Those guns were really inaccurate. They're really shitty.
Especially when you're afraid you're just pointing them like really quick. Who gets shot first?
Yeah, and so you're bound to miss. But they're just doing stuff for.
But I see what you're saying, Chris, because I said the same thing. I was
I'm
like,
like,
how many times you miss it? I was
come
like, what the fuck?
Even with a shitty gun, it seems like you could kill someone 5 feet in front of him.
So like Dick Little got grazed in the leg, and the other guy Jimmy Renner got
he
grazed.
wasn't even shooting at his leg. Like they're both shooting at their chest and their head.
So
one guy gets hit in the leg and one guy gets hit in the arm. I'm like 5 feet apart from each other. This just seems kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's how duels work, though. That's how a lot of duels back in the day, people would miss, and then, that was it.
You're a bystander watching out like 90
bit.
degrees.
It's a draw.
Right on the sidewalk, gets shot. You're like, what
I was going to say that.
By the way, in that scene, I find it really interesting that Robert Ford is just watching this thing happen. Yep. And then out of nowhere, he decides to shoot the guy in the head. And he's fucking beaming. He's the most excited he's been in his life. After he did that shit, he's
they portray this guy as a coward the entire movie. He sits there and then he takes an action from behind, and he thinks he's the shit.
To the extreme though. It's not like the beginning. You don't get enough. It's straight to headshot.
Yeah,
it's he's afraid that he's okay, boom. Then he gets a high off the headshot. He feels powerful after he kills the person.
It's wild. Wheel time.
Wheel time. We hit that hour mark.
What's our what's the word I'm looking for? What's our final ratings?
Oh,
I'm sticking. You know what? I'm gonna go up to an 8.
Me too. I was gonna say the same thing, just because of a couple scenes was brought up that I really liked and everything.
Dude,
I recommend it.
I recommend it. This movie's a good mix of everything you were looking for in a movie. A little action, great story, interesting, some educational aspects.
Great acting.
Great actor. Dude, the fucking just watching Brad Pitt in this, I was captivated every scene he was in. I'm like, what the fuck is he gonna do? Especially based on, just the perform. You can see that these people are lying to him. I'm like, I can't wait to see how he's gonna fucking react, and I can't predict it.
All right, worst damn. Where do you get it?
I'm actually gonna bring it up to the 9 because all I keep thinking is that all that cinematography and the night scenes and stuff and how great the lighting.
Yeah, man, I can't even I didn't even mention how great just everything in this, how cool everything in this movie fucking looks.
Yeah, it's a 9 for me. I'm gonna watch that shit again. I'm gonna spend another 2 hours and 40 minutes to watch that shit again.
This is a movie where if I was sitting down with someone and they wanted to see something cool, I would put this on.
I could see that.
Word.
Ibrahim, what about you?
Yeah, I mean it's a 9.5 for me. Like I said, it's in my top 100 of all time. It's kind of a borderline top 100 for me, but I love this film.
Nice.
I've loved this film since the first time I saw it. It blew me away. So
awesome.
And I'm gonna.
By the way, we get a burlesque show from Zoe Deschanel in this movie too.
Yeah, we did.
That's right.
This movie has everything.
I'm gonna give this movie a 9.
Aaron went up too.
I'm gonna give this
That's
movie
the scene that's the scene that's on repeat.
Oh, is it OG? No.
Shit.
Chick flicks?
Yeah.
Chick flicks.
No, that means it's a musical.
It's gotta be. We're down to
we're down. Yeah,
musicals.
We're down a lot of movies in this.
Damn, we already saw Cats.
I know.
Dude, we saw the worst of the worst. So
yeah. If you could blame me for wearing the pink shirt and having this beautiful, colorful hat, I'll take that.
Yeah, Aaron, this is rigged.
Next week is a wine week, apparently.
Yeah. I might have to go my white girl wasted.
Oh, I'll be bringing the sunglasses back out and the scarf.
I'll break out the bottle of wine.
It depends what movie it lands on.
I can't believe. I'm kind of surprised there's this many movies left on here. I felt like we hit it. We hit it a lot.
There's gonna be music.
We did like a couple weeks, and then we
Greatest Showman's on this shit.
Yeah. I don't mind that one. I'll watch that one. My wife made me watch that. Like,
but I do like Hugh Jackman.
I don't mind that one. She got the CD and everything. We'd take long car trips. She puts the CD. I'm like, son of a bitch. But I could deal with it. I got used to it.
Meg? The fucking Meg?
No, it's not.
That was
Sandra Bullock.
My best friend's wedding.
Best friend's wedding.
Oh, okay.
My best friend.
Oh, so
Julia
close.
Roberts.
All right. I think that was my girlfriend's.
I've seen this before, long
I've
time
never
ago.
seen it, but
There's
I do
parts that made me laugh, I believe, but now watching it, I don't know. This is gonna be awesome.
Oh, it's gonna be. I should have saved 10 beers for next week.
I know they got a couple of catchy songs in it.
Oh shit.
What was it again?
My best
friend's wedding.
Julia Roberts.
Julia.
Dirty Dancing?
Oh, I wish. Nope's gonna go.
No, Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, all right. How's this? Oh yeah, who's someone's wife picked this?
Might have been mine. Oh wait.
Yeah,
No,
who did?
that's...
Ooh, this is a close one.
Oh,
Damn, that
Edward
was hella close.
Scissorhands.
That was a fucking.
all right. Tim Burton, right?
Cool. Hands. Oh,
Wow, that's a weird combination.
Yep.
And then Edward Scissorhands too, Chris.
I'm doing
You
it
know
right
what's funny about this, which I'm not going to say on air because it was a racial slur. But I'm going to tell you guys off. I'm not even going to say it in the.
People don't hear how we talk before we go live.
Oh no!
Yeah, no.
It was a text message to my brother, to Henry.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be wild.
My best friend's wedding and Edward Scissorhands. What a fucked up combination.
But yeah, so that's what we're doing next week. People.
No, let's not forget. We have to find what the connection is with these movies after we talk about Big Daddy.
Yeah, well, I think Big Daddy and Jesse James are daddy issues. I don't think there's any question there. I think that's
bad fathers.
I'm gonna try.
Bad fathers.
okay.
I'm gonna try.
Let's get into Big Daddy.
Let's
get into Big Daddy.
I know what I said, and I stand by it.
Hey, as long as Big Daddy's not getting into you.
There you go.
Okay, there's. I guess that,
We're on, as long as we're on the right end of that.
That's
right.
it.
I just slammed my beer.
Horrible.
All right, I'm gonna say right off the jump.
Early
This was early rating. So this was the time where I was really into Adam Sandler movies and his music, the CDs, Saturday Night Live, and everything. I used to binge it.
Ditto.
Like Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Big Daddy. Just like going movie after movie, like every year. And I enjoyed them all. It's like the comedy style I loved. His movies usually get the sappy towards the end. We'll get to it because there's a part of every movie has like a twist. It's weird. But the comedy in it is just, I love it. It's like that slapstick, just cornball comedy, like the quick shit says the jokes really quick at the people. I don't know. I enjoy it. I was a big fan of this. I'm going to give it 8.
I'm right there with you, man. I'm giving this movie an 8. Listen, this was Adam Sandler's heyday. Like, he was on a fucking roll. The late 90s, the early 2000s. This is when he was at his peak.
Yes.
In fact, one of the notes I found on this movie, one of the more interesting notes. So, The Waterboy came out 1998. This movie came out in 1999. They were filming this movie when The Waterboy came out and fucking exploded.
Back to back.
So while filming this movie, The Waterboy came out in 98. They were filming this in 98. It came out in 99. The Waterboy was such a success. This fucking studio sent them a note on set of Big Daddy, basically saying, let Adam Sandler improvise. We have the money for him to waste time and improvise any shit he wants to do. And that's what expanded the scenes for Rob Schneider and Steve Buscemi, the homeless man in this movie.
Yes. He has them guys like in every movie. They're like his crew.
He does. But we have as much as we do of them in this movie because The Waterboy did so well.
Yeah.
But I give this movie an 8. This movie,
I'm
watching this. I texted you guys. I haven't watched this in a long time. This movie's even more fucking hilarious than I remember.
Yeah.
Like, it has that cheesy part, of course, in the courtroom that is coming.
I just got a weird vibe. I don't know. I got a feeling we're going to get ganged up. I think it's going to be a white thing.
Maybe.
For some reason, I just got a vibe.
James brought the race into this.
No, I got
But,
a vibe like they're going to gang up on
Listen,
it. No, what's
Adam
wrong with you
Sandler
guys?
movies have a formula, and that's fine. But there's a number of great jokes in this. But I give it an 8.
Oh yeah.
We'll get into that more.
Okay.
Who's next?
Don't be shy, guys.
I love this
I'll
movie.
give
This one's a solid 8.
Nice.
Sorry, Abraham.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7. Like I like
Okay.
I like this. Like again, I like the '90s Adam Sandler stuff.
Yeah.
Even like some of the early 2000s stuff. Even I kind of like The Longest Yard. I like Click or some shit like that.
Plicos, yeah, that's what
Click
started
is actually
getting weird for me.
Click is actually like because they try. It was funny with Click is they tried to like make it. The end gets really kind of serious and sad. But yeah, I mean, but the Netflix stuff I think has just gone.
It's getting like he's
the
just shooting movies
Netflix
out,
stuff
not
is
thinking much. Yeah.
fucking disgusting. But yeah, like 51st Dates. There's some good stuff, and like, but yeah, like you said, it's formulaic. It's always like kind of the same, similar kind of jokes, similar kind of payoff. He's always with some woman who's way too hot for him.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, nah, she wouldn't. And then obviously the other thing too that happens is like he gets older, and then the women are still in the 30s or whatever. Like they're like 25 to 35. It's like okay, sure, fine. That's acceptable. But yeah, this one's like probably my favorite of this time. I think would probably be.
I never thought through. I don't know because there's some good ones, a lot of funny shit.
The Waterboy and like
Waterboy is hilarious to me.
Yeah, and like I feel like that's like my favorite.
See, it's hard because Billy
they're
Madison, Happy Gilmore was so fucking funny.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore is another one. But yeah, anyway, I like it. This stuff's it's solid. Little Nicky, that movie was bad.
I kind of enjoyed this, so I'm not gonna lie.
But you're watching this movie. Like, this is a solid movie. Like, if you got nothing else to watch, you come across it. This is a movie you just kind of watch parts of for a few chuckles and stuff like that.
A lot of people recall scenes from this movie. There's like beans.
Oh yeah.
So who's left? Aaron? Who you got, Aaron?
I'm gonna give this movie an 8 as well. Like it's
okay.
funny.
Shocked.
This was actually, like Ibrahim was saying, this is actually to me, as far as his Adam Sandler movies, like his comedy movies back then, this is actually one of the better ones because the story isn't bad, and then they just make it a funny story about this whole shit going on, but the story's not bad. So it's one of those ones to where you have a comedy movie, but you have something that actually kind of catches you to keep you kind of going. Like first time seeing it, you're like, okay, I hope him and the kid, he ends up with. Let me say this right so it's not weird. Not like this, people. You're hoping that
not in a pedophilia way.
No, you're hoping that he could be the kid's foster father because they grew so.
They get close. Yeah.
And then it made his character grow up as an adult. Like he started taking life serious once.
Yeah.
Shit started getting deeper with him and this kid. Wow, that sounds so bad. Forget it, people. I'm done. Whoever has something.
This movie is like I'm going to tell you the formula of Adam Sandler movies. So Adam Sandler will have like comedy. It'll have like a heartfelt thing, but it bases around a story that cannot happen. He would have been in prison. None of this shit should have happened. Nowhere just drops off a kid telegram. Here's papers, and there you go.
Dude, and nobody let's say this kid gets dropped off. Jon Stewart, who is the real father, is there. You don't just fucking call and say, okay, yeah, I'm going to watch the kid.
Yeah, I'm done.
It seems like there should be more to that.
Come down to the office. We have news. Here's some paperwork. You want to meet them. Yeah, it's not like ding dong. Here you go. Tag.
No,
your kid.
I mean, but what Aaron was saying, like there is at least a little bit of a deeper story in this movie as opposed to any of the movies that really kind of came out after this. Like they were formulaic Adam Sandler movies. Like, he starts off immature, douches, and kind of matures throughout his movies. Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Big Daddy, they all follow that formula. But there's enough great jokes in there to at least distinguish those.
Yeah.
Agreed.
There's some stuff you have to in this movie you just have to accept. Okay, it just fits the tone of the movie.
Yep.
I don't think it's that easy to just adopt a kid as a stranger.
No, I don't think so either. Like, yeah, I want this kid.
So let's get to the silly parts. The
I
scenes that
love
stuck
I
out.
love fucking Rob Schneider in
I
this
love him
movie,
too.
man. As the delivery guy. He's just fucking fantastic. He can't read.
Give him the easy words.
Yeah, hip hop.
Bullshit.
Hip-hop
When they're
Anonymous?
playing cards, he's like, it's bullshit. He always wins.
He got.
I just think there should be fair rules, even for everybody. I love it.
And my favorite scene, like the one thing I remember most of this, and James texted this in our group chat. He pop anonymous
Yep,
when he's
hip-hop,
trying to
hip-hop
learn how to
anonymous.
read.
That's why he flipped out. He's like, you give him the easy words.
Yeah, that part. That part.
Also, the argument with the girlfriend made me die. He like him and his old balls. And shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yes. Loose skin and wrinkled
Loose
balls
skin.
and
Yeah,
everything.
it was-
I was dying. I was dying. Like this movie gave you a lot of things because I mean it was a mix of emotions and it gave you so much comedy and it was just like holy shit, like fucking teaching the kid how to trip the skaters.
That killed me too.
Pissing
The
everywhere.
stone stick.
I'm not gonna like. I really liked the full circle moment at the end of the movie when they're in Hooters, and his ex-girlfriend Vanessa is a Hooters waitress, and
Yep.
Sid, like this 70-year-old guy, is working the grill. I was like, what happened to his 5-year plan? He's over there slinging burgers. I guess it was a 10-year plan. I like
Yep.
that full circle moment
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
because after they break up, you forget that was part of his life. Honestly, once he's dating this new girl. So, and you know what? One of my favorite parts of this movie is all the subtle Hooters jokes because they work them
All the way
in
through the whole thing.
constantly throughout the entire movie, and it's hilarious.
Hilarious is an understatement.
Even at the end, he was like, "Hey, why don't you put on a Hooters shirt
Dude,
for old time's sake?"
Like my favorite one is probably where she's on the stand and they work it into her testimony. And just for the record, where were you working while you were going to medic school?
He's like asshole.
That was my favorite one.
And that
Yo,
had
that drunken old guy is killing me too.
Oh, Mr. Hurley,
Yeah,
which is the name of one of the skits on his comedy albums or something like that.
it's more good for me.
The
Oh,
fucking
that's
trick or treating.
Oh, the trick or treating was good.
Yeah, the Halloween where he goes
Come
into
on,
the
buddy,
back.
do the right thing. Hold on, buddy. I'll be right back.
Fucking
Great
be
entering.
He's like, fucking be prepared next year.
Yeah,
Jesus, giving them CDs.
that was fucking.
It's
Oh yeah, that
so
watch too. Yeah.
Adam Sandler's wife, her name's Jackie, played the waitress in the bar that gets Julian the root beer sodas. Like she's fucking smoking in this. Like that's where he met his wife.
I didn't realize that.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that's his wife. That's where they
Holy
met.
shit.
And
Wow.
she's taken on a cameo role in every movie of his since.
Oh, okay.
Wait, who's his wife?
So the bar scene where they go to the bar to watch the Jets game, the first
But
time
the
you
old
see
guy, where you first see the old guy.
the drunken old guy, and they get the root beers. His wife is the waitress.
Ah.
I did not know
Awesome.
that.
Oh, that's so cute, isn't it, guys? We found
And we're talking about this being, as we talk about this being like the peak, the heyday. Like we talked about the Waterboy, how great that was. This movie is legitimately the most successful live action movie of his career.
I believe
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
I think it's because of the way the story's told. Because this isn't just like a fucking.
It's not the most money making movie of his career. It's the most famous most financial live action movie.
What's the most money making one?
I think Hotel Transylvania was.
Oh yeah, it is because they keep popping those shits out. Disney,
They
know,
keep-
is that a Disney movie?
It's
Or is that
Sony, I
Netflix?
believe.
Is it Sony?
It's
Them
Sony.
popping those shits out. They got another one coming.
It's like 4 or 5 now.
Yeah, like the daughter has kids and her kids. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
That's what the
Even
money's
though she
at.
still looks like she's 18.
Yeah,
Because
that's what
she's
the
a
money's
vampire.
at. That's the same thing that what's his name did. Michael Myers.
Oh, he went
Okay,
into
what's
voice
he-
acting. Yeah.
Once he got that Shrek money, dude, he
Oh, yeah.
disappeared off the face of the earth. He went to fucking Canada in the wilderness.
Dude, voice acting is great. You could do it anywhere. You could just sit there in your fucking pajamas, drink tea or coffee, whatever you want. You could fucking get
That's true.
hammered and do voice acting.
Yeah, it'll probably make your performance
It
better.
makes you better, depending on what you're trying to record.
Oh, just like Harmon from Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
He's gonna play Rick. He gets trashed.
why not?
What
But
the hell did the bum say? The guy on the street. He
Steve
was like,
Buscemi,
if you don't like. if you don't like spaghetti and meatball, this
You're
is
not
America. You don't
American
like
or
spaghetti and
You're not
meatballs,
American.
get the
You just
hell
get out. That was in
Yeah.
the courtroom scene at the end.
Yeah. that was a
So
courtroom scene.
from what I could find, actually, I don't know if this movie. I don't think was written with Adam Sandler in mind, necessarily, because from what I saw, Jim Carrey and Ben Stiller were actually considered for the role.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, they like once Jim Carrey became a thing, they were just like fucking
He was
do any
probably-
movie
Yeah, he was probably considered for any fucking comedy.
for any
Oh,
movie.
see,
Like
I
after
didn't know
Liar
that.
Liar, like after like what did he? He did like 3 films that were just huge, and then he just became the biggest thing. And they're like, oh, we'll put Jim Carrey in it. It's like,
See, I thought
Holy
Big
shit.
Daddy. I thought Adam Sandler had his productions already. I thought you had the
No, this was the
Happy
last
Madison.
movie, but no, this was the last movie he was in before he created Happy
oh,
Madison.
okay. See, I thought Big Daddy was part of it. I thought it was like one of his launches.
Nope.
Oh, wow.
He
okay.
created it after this movie came out.
Oh shit.
Wow.
So, but this movie made me want to watch Grandma's Boy.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one
I
too.
just watched that for the
Oh,
first
yeah.
time.
That movie's fucking
Hilarious.
awesome.
It's fun. Yeah, I love that.
Now is that I'm trying to think because I was high when I watched it. I was out in Colorado, guys.
Just
So,
like you should be, probably.
high as shit. Yeah, is that
Yeah,
now,
you gotta.
somebody kick a door because it was locked? Just kick through the door. That was Grandma's Boy, right?
I don't remember.
It
No.
was locked? No.
I don't think that was in Grandma's Boy.
I think. Oh man. Trying to
I don't
think.
remember.
I
I don't
hate your
remember him
face.
kicking through a door.
Grandma. That's the Was it
It
Grandma's
had
Boy?
Betty White in it.
Kid moves back.
Dante was naked almost the entire
No,
movie.
it wasn't Betty White. It was the mom from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Everybody.
Oh
loves
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm sorry.
Is that the one where the dude he owned had a tiger in his basement, smoking with a shaman and shit?
Yep. Yeah.
Monkey.
Well, it was a monkey. That's right, a monkey.
You know what's
Karate monkey.
So,
It's about video games and smoking and
Yeah,
living at home.
yeah.
It's
so
great.
the
Race
guy
car
who played,
beds.
the
And the
guy who
robot
played,
dude.
Dante. Me and Henry, he was at at the con that I went out there, Comic Con.
Was it really? Oh man.
And he had a
That's
panel, and he was talking about all of this peacefulness and shit. He just got arrested the other day for threatening to kill his neighbor.
That's fucking
I'm
hilarious.
dead
Good
serious.
Good for him.
So I'm just like, wow. But I want to see that movie. That movie was fucking funny.
Yeah.
We should just watch that and do an episode on the Grandma's Boy.
I agree. We should.
But the young looking Jon Stewart was, I thought, kind of funny because I haven't watched this movie in so long. I forgot that he was young at one point.
Now you were young, man. I forgot. You
Younger, but he was still older.
Yeah, he
it's like
he still had some
salt and
gray
pepper to
hairs.
him.
Huh?
Yeah.
He still has some salt and pepper to him.
Yeah, he still has some gray hair. Dude, and that fucking Manhattan apartment is ridiculous. I don't
No,
even
I want that.
know
That
if
shit's
that's a real
insane.
thing or not.
Had like a fucking walkway.
Yeah, that would have been that's
fucking area.
that's
Like,
fucking insane and awesome in all kinds of ways.
Fuck yeah, it is. Fucking yeah.
Love it.
I don't know, man. Like, and watching he's like, "What do you like to do on Mondays?" I like to go to the park and watch rollerbladers fall down.
yeah.
I was laughing at that, and then he teaches him to throw the stick down. Just teaching this kid to do all kinds of stupid shit. It's
Stupid
just
shit,
funny. Peeing on the building.
Yep.
Like
Teaching him
I asked
early
you,
R.
if this
Kelly.
was, honestly, this picture makes it look more like a vertically challenged person than it does a child.
Challenge person.
I don't. I'm being politically correct when I say that.
Little person.
And the fucking kangaroo song.
Oh yeah.
That shit had me
And
dying.
Scuba Steve.
Scuba Steve.
Scuba
That's
Steve,
so
as you
good.
can see, is my name.
You know how annoyed I would have been with that song, like after the first
yeah.
time, like in real life. And the movie was fucking hilarious because Adam Sandler's fucking reaction was like the same reaction you would have, especially if you're watching whatever it is, your favorite sport.
Listen, that hit home because I'm a big hockey fan and I love the New York Rangers. And he's being asked to give up his Rangers game to watch this stupid kids video.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck that.
You can wait 12 more minutes. You know
Yeah, I
what
know.
I mean?
I would
I would
make
let him
that-
cry. He's like, fuck that shit.
I would make that fucking kid wait, man.
Yeah.
Cry all you want.
Shut the fuck up. The game's on. You know how important this shit is to me. Go play in your goddamn room or eat some cereal or something. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
But
Don't spell it that he puts out newspapers down for everything.
yeah.
That was funny when he
I
spilled.
kind of want a live nudes neon sign.
Oh, that was so funny.
That was and the funny thing is, you see the movie before, that's in the trailer, and when you see it in the movie, it's still funny. Like it was still funny to me. I'm like, oh, this is still fucking funny.
Well, it's a bachelor's pad, man. That is the nightlight to him, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I even at the beginning, like before they even get into the kid being part of his life, there were some great parts where he comes home for the surprise party. They're like, "We wasted the good surprise on you," but I loved when he interrupted the proposal Jon Stewart was given to. Yeah, I forget the actress's name, but she's fantastic, and goes on to have a great career. He's like, "You're not proposing, are you?" It's like, "Yeah, man, I am." So do you want it?
She was like,
It just ruins the whole thing.
Which was yes.
He has that like impulse outburst shit.
Can't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But
Thank you, Phil. Phil says we're hilarious.
Phil is fantastic. Phil's my favorite person outside of this podcast.
we're not your favorite people, Chris. You don't have to lie to us.
Okay, Phil's my favorite person, even including this podcast.
Shit, that's hilarious.
Adam Sandler giving the kid a slingshot, and they do the thing where
like 100 birds.
Kills all the pigeons outside. So he's like, "All right, give me that."
Joey Lauren Adams.
She's great too. She's a great actress. She was in all kinds of iconic early '90s stuff, like not Clerks. Was she in Mallrats?
Mallrats.
Chasing Amy. That's what I'm thinking.
Chasing Amy. And then Kevin Smith Hallmark movies too. I think
she may have. I don't know what else she was in.
Something like that. Like one of those fucking channels I can't stand.
Dude, and I was cracking up at the scene where Adam Sandler's drinking Yoo-Hoo with the kids, making sure they're not on drugs. He's like,
grilling them.
Yeah, grilling them to make sure they're not on drugs. He's like, hey, staying clean when he goes in the classroom for like
try to trick them like code words. It's like, yo, you got that?
What did
They're like,
say?
what?
It's like, oh man, I'm the dad of the smelly kid. What happened?
He said something to one of the kids, and then something about a drug or something. He said whatever he said. The kid said like a kid version of it, or like a cartoon version of the thing, and he's like, "Yeah, like such and such." I was dying, but I can't remember what the fuck he said. Might even meant to the black kid.
I think the line of the movie is, "I wipe my own ass."
Yes.
As the kid's being dragged away.
Yeah, I wipe my own ass. I wipe my own ass.
I wipe my own ass.
Before he said that, they tried to get your to pull on your heartstrings, though.
Yeah.
The kid was crying, "I'll do this. I'll stop doing this." And Adam Sandler's just sitting there like, but then you throw away and I wipe my own ass, and you're like, you just ruined that moment. Like,
no, but it didn't ruin it. But that's it's an interesting situation because you're trying to tug on the heartstrings of the audience and still trying to put in jokes at the same time.
Yeah.
So how can you accomplish both of those? Like he's being pulled out and yelling, "I wipe my own ass," but you're still being like your heart's being torn out at the same time.
Well, they do it a couple times because
you're laughing and crying, almost crying at the same time.
Yeah, they do it with the father at the end too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No.
Oh yeah, in the court.
Yeah,
that was
the father was like down on him, and everybody's like, "Okay."
And I thought it was hilarious when everyone just pulls out their cell phones
and start calling their fathers.
Even Steve Buscemi's calling the homeless Steve Buscemi's calling his dad. Yes, kid. I love you too, sir, Captain, or whatever he referred to him as.
He's like, "Can I borrow your phone after you're done?" Oh man, that shit was so fucking funny. That movie.
I don't know, like. Yeah, this movie's great. I mean, I was drunk while I was watching it, and I'm drunk now. But I stand by my comment that I give it an 8, and it's just a fun watch all the way through. It has that cheesy moment in the courtroom that which is really the least.
Yeah.
Out of the few ridiculous parts in this movie, that's like the most ridiculous.
Like it'll never go down that way. Like what the fuck is going on?
Gonna happen.
But that's his formula. Like I said, though, Adam Sandler does that. He does that like heartfelt storylines, but then. Twist is like it makes no sense. It would never happen that way.
Yeah, but it's one of those things I say I used to say all the time. I'm gonna start saying it again. But movies got a movie. They got to kind of throw in the.
Especially for a comedy.
Yeah, you got to throw in the filler shit, the funny filler shit, the little heartfelt to kind of tell a story. And then you got a kid pissing on a fucking wall.
I'm not gonna lie. I got tempted to find another Adam Sandler movie. Like I was gonna go look for like Waterboy or Billy Madison or something, or Mr. Deeds. Just a
I may
rock
watch
song.
Grandma's Boy tomorrow. I just maybe
Yeah, the
want to
Grandma's
watch Grandma's
Boy-
Boy.
The Grandma's Boy, that stuff is like, because that's like the R-rated, because this isn't an R-rated comedy.
no, they're like all
those R-rated
PG.
comedies are like,
Grandma's
Those are-
Boy
those
was
are
R-rated
another level.
and just turned into like a cult classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's fucking funny.
This shit is wild.
you guys ever
That's-
seen Beer Fest? Ever seen that movie?
Yes.
Oh
Yep.
That one
fuck
was
yeah!
fun.
Yeah.
That movie
Beer
was
Fest.
fun.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Fucking love Beer Fest.
What was anybody remember that ping pong tournament movie?
It was
I know what you're
Balls of
talking
Fury?
about.
Balls of
Balls of
Fury.
Fury, yeah.
Yes.
Balls of Fury, yep.
That was funny
Christopher
too.
Walken in that?
Christopher Walken
Yeah,
was
Christopher
the main
Walken.
villain. He was the villain.
He's playing like a Fu Manchu kind of Asian guy.
That movie was funny. I like that one.
So the con, it's funny. The con, I think Aaron and I actually met at for the first time. Rabbit from Super Troopers, the Broken Lizard gang who made Beer Fest, was there, and I got
That's
to
awesome.
meet and chat with him. The
Nice.
same
Those
weekend
guys
I
are cool.
actually met Aaron.
He's cool.
Yeah, those guys are hella cool. I don't know what are they doing now.
They
So
did
I
a sitcom of.
There's a sitcom that
PD,
two of the guys have going on. 3 of them are involved in the writing, 2 star in the show.
Nice.
Kevin Heffernan is the heavier set guy. I forgot the name of the
Falfa?
other guy.
Falfa?
Farva.
That's it. Farva.
He's the
Shut up,
he's like
Farva.
he's like the chief of the fire station. Another guy of the group is in the group. I haven't seen the show, but I want to see
I
it.
didn't see the show either.
They
I was
are right in Super Troopers 3.
Yes, they are. Yep.
Last I heard.
Yeah.
The iconic meow.
Jay
How many
Chandrasekhar, the Indian guy. I read his book. His book's great.
Oh, I didn't know he wrote a book.
He put out a book. The book is great. In fact, that's what I was talking to the guy at the con about, was his book
Okay.
and how accurate the stories were and how they met.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, those
Like,
guys are like they done some really good work.
Yeah.
They've
They're
done, yeah,
kinda-
dude,
they're
they're
kinda
fucking, they're
underrated.
fantastic.
I forgot what the show was called. Was it like PD son or?
It's Tacoma FD. They're
Yeah,
fire.
I know there was letters.
They run a fire department
Yeah.
in the rainiest state in the country.
I might have to check that out because I'm sure it's gonna be like.
I gotta
it's gonna be
find
like
it and try to watch it.
It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be funny like that. So. Oh man.
That's when I was trying to get Aaron to introduce himself to Lou Ferrigno as the Black Hulk.
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
I wish I did now, but I should have.
That was like once in a lifetime opportunity.
Now is he still huge? Like when you seen him?
He's still a big fucker, man.
Yeah.
That was
I know he was bulked up in King of Queens.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
he
man.
was the neighbor.
He has not shrunk much. How many? That was only a few years ago.
Wow.
Maybe 4 years? 3-4 years? Because how long was your podcast going for?
3 years.
Mine will be 4 in January. So
Yeah, so it was about 3.5 years.
yeah. Yep. It was. I remember it was in April. And the only reason I remember that is because it was at the con where Robert Englund was there, and Henry had moved out to Colorado in that February. So he was, he wasn't very happy to find out that Robert Englund was there.
That was for punishment from leaving New York.
Yep. For leaving me.
Yeah, there you go.
See what happens?
He wanted to go see high
goes
altitude
bad.
feet.
Yeah. But
He wanted to see if the altitude does different to women's feet.
who knows with him? Who knows?
Man.
Altitude feet. But shit, guys.
I think that's it, fellas. Right?
I'm gonna
Fine.
stick with my 8. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my 8.
I'm sticking with my 8. Big Daddy's a fun watch.
Yep.
It's especially one of those movies that if I came across on TV, I'd probably just leave it on
Yep.
while I was doing other stuff, just for some fun jokes. Like again, those Hooters jokes, they're constant. I don't know if Hooters paid them for the advertising or what,
Probably. They had to do something.
Yeah.
but
Or get money, or they had to pay them. I don't know.
yeah. And I love the actress that they make fun of for working at Hooters, and I can't think of her name. She has an awesome career.
Oh, I think Chris looked it up. What was her name?
Shit, I just closed out of it.
Uh,
Fuck.
was it a 3-part name?
Something
Oh.
Lauren Faye. No, what was it?
No. Other blonde chick.
White.
The one that's going out with Jon Stewart.
She's? Oh man, I'll know it as soon as I hear it.
Looking
She's in
for it, I'm
so
looking
many
for it.
comedy movies.
Letitia Davis. Is that her name, guys?
She's married to a fucking
Christy Swanson?
famous. What?
Christy Swanson.
Nope.
No, that was the ex-girlfriend, I think, right? Christy Swanson? I don't know. I forget. I'm not good with names.
We're not signing off until I get this name. That's
I'm just going. He's
I
like,
got
I'm fine
Joey
now.
Lauren Adams.
Leslie. I feel like it's
Leslie Mann. Leslie Mann.
That's
there you
yes. Leslie Mann. She's fucking phenomenal. She's an awesome comedic actress. She's married
really
to the director.
It's always a director.
Oh, for real.
That's how you get your parts, man.
That's how you stay working. Actually,
Damn straight. I bet it is. Multiple ways.
You-
The bedroom.
you're
go.
man.
very true.
Judd
The producer or the
Apatow or
director?
something like that.
Judd Apatow.
Yeah,
She's married to Judd Apatow.
because she's in a bunch of those movies.
Yep.
Because like the thing is, when you're an actress, basically your shelf life is like, talk to 35. After that,
Dude,
Yeah.
but even after 35, she's still smoking.
That's when you
And
got to
a
jump
great
on a
actress.
director's.
but it's,
You gotta
it's
get on
fucked
a
up because it's like even if they're still hot, they dump them. They don't care. They're
Yeah,
gonna
it's the new.
replace
It's
you.
whoever comes in, the new hot drop, teen hot
Yeah.
drop, or something.
It's like,
comes
oh
in.
well, you were last. Now we got Jennifer Lawrence, and now they're about to fucking replace Jennifer Lawrence with
Yeah,
what's
especially
her
now
name?
she's pregnant. They're like,
Well, Jennifer Lawrence has
that's
been
that's
out.
the thing that usually fucks it up.
That's
for you.
20 years now. We talking 20 plus years.
Anya Taylor-Joy. Yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy she's the next one. So she's the one. She's now the one. She can see the Matrix. So she's got another like 8-9 years.
Okay.
Florence Pugh.
We'll see.
Mom,
Florence
Pugh,
Pugh's
yeah.
dating. Hey, she's dating and living with Zach Braff. So,
Really?
yeah, man.
No,
Oh, I
she, needs
didn't know
to,
that.
she needs to get with the
She-
producer.
And she is. There's like a 20-year age. Maybe
Did
a little
he
less than
date
20.
Natalie Portman?
go Zach.
I don't know if he ever dated her.
he banged her out.
He dated Natalie. He dated maybe. I don't think he ever dated her. Like I listened to I listened to the Scrubs Rewatch podcast a lot. He dated Mandy Moore. He dated like all kinds of famous chicks.
I'm
Which is-
sure he dated her, or at
I'm
least
shocked I never heard
crazy.
of that one.
a lot of them chicks from Scrubs, especially the ones that he had.
Did he date Heather Graham? She was on
He
Scrubs.
did not date Heather Graham.
Did he get with Sarah Chalk?
I hope so.
Not from what I can tell, listening to the
I'm going. He
podcast.
did. Somebody.
But I wouldn't be surprised.
All those seasons always working together. Some trailers were rocking.
Like Heather Graham was on the podcast, so they still have a good relationship. That's why I don't think they necessarily dated.
She had
Maybe
a
he's
brief
cool with
start.
his
into-
exes.
Hey, maybe.
I mean,
yeah,
when
why
you're
not?
on
Mandy
that
Moore
level,
hasn't been.
like,
Hey, man, Mandy hasn't been on the podcast, and I'm at the point in the podcast where they're talking about the episode she was in.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Hey, maybe she's too busy with her career.
I don't know, but
no one heard from her forever.
he lives in Baines.
Right,
He lives within Baines, Florence Pugh right now. So
Nice.
I think Mandy
Yeah,
Moore
Florence
married
Pugh,
a hockey player or something. I could be
really?
wrong. That could have been Hillary.
did?
Though.
You know the one who never
Hockey
makes
players.
like fucking Pete Davidson. He's like, man,
that boggles my
he's-
mind, man. He banged Kate
boggles it, right?
Beckinsale. He banged Ariana Grande. What the fuck?
What
Yo,
the
this dude
fuck?
he got game.
You know
man.
what it is? I'll tell you what it is. So like he's famous enough. He's somewhat funny. I guess, for every psycho person, some people find him funny. And he's also like kind of emotional and like he's damaged. Good.
Yeah, he's damn.
He's emotionally
Well, I
damaged.
think
I don't
that-
know if it's a matter
That's
of
not the
women
fuck.
wanting to fix him or what.
I don't know either. So there's a
I think
rumor
it's a
Kaylee
combination.
Kuko divorced her husband, and people are rumored because they're doing the movie together.
You know what
that
we should
she
do?
left him because for him.
You know
So
what
someone
we should
said
do?
it's like watch 3 months. You're going to hear that they're together.
You know what would be fun to do? We should get together and just talk about celebrity gossip one episode.
Wow.
That
I'll
could
have
be
to
fun,
catch
'cause
up,
we'll
but I
spend-
usually
we'll-
try to stay away from it.
We'll spend like half the shit just talking about fucking our guy,
We should. I think we should do an
Richard
episode.
Kelly. Yes.
No. We'll talk about current stuff.
That's
I
Yeah,
think we
cool.
should do an episode where we just talk celebrity gossip.
I wonder if they got code names for him in prison, like Yellow.
No,
Yellow.
no doubt, man. No doubt.
They
R.
got
Kelly is called Yellow. Yeah. Golden Shower.
something.
There's
Golden Boy for Golden
Like-
Shower.
Like, imagine you're the.
I don't think he's
I
gonna
wouldn't
last long.
I wouldn't be able to keep
Oh,
a
he's
straight
getting
face in the
stabbed.
courtroom.
It depends on where they lock him up in, because they might just put him in like not Gen Pop, but just like fucking PC or something.
No way he's in general population. He's got to be isolated or
Yeah,
he's getting stabbed.
they're going to still consider him as a celebrity. They're going to give him that little.
We're gonna fuck him up. Like someone's gonna fuck him up.
Oh, someone's going to find him.
You know.
Well, a lot of people thought Bill Cosby was going to get his ass kicked.
I can't believe that fucker's out.
Well, wasn't he in like a? Because he's out of jail now.
Yeah,
Wasn't
no,
he
he got
in like a federal?
Probably, I can't remember what he was in,
I don't
but
know.
a lot of people are like, "He's old. He's a rapist. People are gonna fuck him up, or something else."
People
like,
didn't think he was going in just because of how old he was.
Yeah, like they're gonna give him like a pardon. Like, okay, he's about to die next year or something. Let's just let him slide. But it's crazy. Like that's a lot of people are complaining. Like they let him free, but then people are complaining about someone else is out. Like it should be.
Yeah, but
should
is
be
he
in
free,
there.
or is he under like a house arrest?
dude,
for
I
all
think-
time?
No,
He-
he's
no,
free.
no,
He's
no,
gonna
he's
go on
free.
tour. He's gonna joke about this.
Yeah.
I heard. He's gonna go on stage with people and he's gonna talk about this. And I'm like, oh man, you gotta retire.
He's-
If I got up
he
for
is
that shit, I
free
don't
to
want to
do
be my
what he
face in
wants.
public.
We'll see.
Man,
what
could you
happens.
imagine that?
Let's see
Like,
what happens.
No way.
nah, man. But
He's
I think
free
so.
to-
The thing is, like, there's a difference between being in like prison, and like federal prison, because like some of the federal prisons are just, it's not. You're not gonna get stabbed because you're in there with some fucking country club ass white collar criminals.
Yeah,
You're
it's
not
like
gonna-
if it's a white collar crime, low minimum security. You know what I mean?
they're not gonna fuck with you. When you're in like the prison with the drug dealers and the killers,
Killers. Yep.
and some other you're
Yeah,
dead.
rapist.
You're-
You're in.
With the-
and that's
Seems
that's
like-
why
that
that's
seems
why
like
you
a
have a good lawyer, because then your lawyer gets you out of that shit.
yeah.
It seems like a fun place to wrap things up.
Speaking of wrapping it up, I got nothing, people. Thanks for popping by. Peace, peace, peace. That was a teaser for you.